The selection is always changing at Matt. And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. 77, Odie, as we begin this embark upon this day.
This is already midweek. Doesn't feel like it because we had Monday off.
Now we want to remind you that if you use a lot of hairspray today, because 20-mile-an-hour gusts are going to cut up. That's going to be happening throughout this afternoon hours. We do have a 20% chance of rain in the forecast. That should start around 9, but don't put a lot of worry into that. Tomorrow is when we'll have showers, and I want to remind you, how long has it been since we had a big rain?
Since we've had rain that we really, really need, we're kicking about a month.
So that tells me that you're going to be busy and law enforcement will be busy tomorrow because streets have that oil, and when that rain gets on it, it's slick. So tomorrow, leave early, drive a little slower, no matter what you're doing. Just don't speed tomorrow once that rain begins because the roads will be extra slick. And
real slick. Doesn't matter if you got brand new street tires on there.
That's correct. Your insurance
companies. All it's going to do
companies,
is move the water out of the way, but not the oil.
We don't need your payments going up, do we?
They already bad enough.
Man alive.
Well, that's like the cost of comfort. Boy, I got my power bill the other day. I like to fail.
So is that what you call it, the cost of comfort?
Yeah. I looked at Amy, and she looked at me, and we both said, we're comfortable.
Yeah,
you got to stay cool. That's a good thing. Here's my money.
I try not to look at those things as they come in so I won't get depressed, and I'll let my wife handle that.
Like I told you yesterday, don't even ask.
Yeah, there are times that you shouldn't ask when all those packages from Amazon arrive. It's just best not to know what's there. Pretend it's for you.
Yeah, just think, hey, maybe she got me something.
Yeah. We do hope your morning is going well for you. We'd love to have your birthday. Get those to us. Let me pull up the comments so we can see what everybody's doing over there. Ooh.
Look at there. Here we go.
Big rain in Philadelphia last night, James says. Y'all be careful there. 2.5 inches last night. We didn't get that.
Now, there was a little bit, probably over towards Decatur.
Okay.
Outside Sukalina. I was coming in towards the house, and there was that one little rain cloud. Looks like it was dropping water about yay big round, and I saw it, and I said, maybe it'll come this way. It never did.
We say good morning to Lake Edens. Dave and Julie watching us there from Lake Edens. We do appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's always amazing to watch where people are watching us from.
We've got a few people that tune in from Lake Edens.
Yeah. And, Laurel joining us there. Rusty, how in the world are you doing today?
Yeah. Oh, guess who we're going to meet at Full Moon on the 5th?
Full Moon. Who's coming to town, Odie? Tell me.
He is. He spells his name backwards.
Well, that could be half of America. Give me another hint here.
Bob.
Is Bob going to be there? Let's go to North Carolina and say good morning to Susan Davis, joining us from Stumpy Point.
Stumpy Point.
North Carolina. That's a ways off
Kevin
today.
from Northeast Montana.
Oh, Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Oh, look at Miss Joyce in there with us from the big Tennessee.
Joe's got 0 covered today.
There we go. Gilbert's got a Rundle. Look at there. Alan's got Dalewood, and we've got the old famous lost bird. His Google map has messed slap up.
Now, I will show the bird in a little bit that has been hanging out. There's a rare bird out at, and we just got slammed with little things that went on yesterday. So I'm going to put that up today before things get real busy so y'all can see the bird.
It's very, very neat because I started looking some more stuff up on the internet about it. And it's not supposed to be in the United States.
That's
and
correct.
It's made itself to Dalewood.
It reminds me of the Jerry Reed song, The Bird, if y'all remember that. That talking bird. Boy, I don't know why that came to mind, but that's been many, many moons ago that song was out. We look at San Diego, and the police done the right thing on this. A national story for you as we begin this. Police were in pursuit of somebody that was speeding. The supervisor calls the car chase off. All the officers stop. 2 other officers going down the road. The guy that was running from them ran a red light and hit the 2 cops. The driver dies. The officer dies. The second officer is in critical shape. He is going to get out, but a long, long road to recover as we look at that. And again, the chase had been called off, and the guy was just making circles and hit another patrol car.
Well, he didn't know they had quit.
Guess not.
You know,
that's one of those just things there. Keep that boy's families in your thoughts.
Yeah, everybody, all the men in blue, keep them in our prayers. We need to pray for them every single day.
Let me show you this. I mentioned Clark County, some other folks that you don't think about. While you were fast asleep this morning, these guys were out trying to help you out there as we go to Clark County this morning. I know that probably several departments arrived on scene to help out with this, but I am aware of Clarkdale Volunteer Fire Department on the scene here. Let me hit play here as we've got forestry here, Odie. They've had to show up to help out with this fire. Look at that. And again, as dry as it is, that's why all of this is happening. It's got two situations there. And again, we'll get some rain tomorrow, which is going to help with all of this. So we are glad there.
You know, the thing is, these guys, they're getting up now, getting ready to go to work. And they hadn't been in long for fighting this fire for free. They're not getting anything out of it, except that's what God put in their heart for them to do, is to take care of their community. They're also getting a little bit of money off of their insurance. But every single person in that community is benefiting from your homeowner's insurance being kept as low as possible because of the men and women who get up in the middle of the night to go do stuff like that for their community. Join a fire department near you. You don't have to go into a fire if you don't want to. You don't have to do things that you don't feel safe doing. But I promise you, there is so much out there that you can help with that will make a difference to your community.
Oh, yeah.
And it will make a difference to your pocketbook. Just remember that.
Help out when you can. We got a lot to talk about. We've had another murder in Meridian, and we'll tell you all about that. I made a mistake on my mathematics, and we're going to talk about that here in just a moment at the Scotty Ray Report. All that's next as we begin your day.
With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
The selection is always changing at Massey Supermart Auto Sales with low-mileage cars and trucks. How about a 2022 Jeep Wrangler or a 2021 Honda Ridgeline Sport with only 40,000 miles? A GMC Denali or a 2024 Silverado 2500? Drop in today and find the car that you're looking for. They're packed with low-mileage cars and trucks.
The low-profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Odie, we got Iowa joining us now.
Webster City, Iowa's rubbing it in because he's sitting there on the comfortable 51.
Boy,
Dang, Charles.
that is some kind of nice.
Yes. Oh, that's front porch coffee drinking, rather.
I've even got my batteries charging for my heated jacket that I got for Christmas last year. I'm ready for this.
You know, I do need to get my batteries out and get them.
I went ahead and bought me
Plug
2
back up.
extras so I could keep one in my pocket when we're somewhere on a scene that may be an extended period of time. If you run it on high, you can get about 45 minutes out of it.
Well, get it on high to build up that little bit of heat, and then just stick it down there on low so you can get you a couple more hours out of it. But then you got the replacement
Odie,
batteries.
you've seen me with my teeth chatter.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm thin-blooded. We start out first talking about what happened right around 7 o'clock last night. We would get reports that someone had been shot in Meridian. Oh, it happened, sure enough, as we go here. This will be just off of Highway 19, as we talk about Highway 19 a lot. This would be right over on, I was set up at 45th Avenue and Hooper Street. The shooting was closer to the intersection of 46th. The same place, that same area as we look here where the police are parked, of where the store's been robbed twice in the last, 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We've had numerous gunfire happen there, and a person was hit in the leg there yesterday afternoon. Where the person was struck, as we watched here, and I won't play this, I'll just show you, as we were on the scene here. Let me zoom this over. Maybe I can find right down in here, right about there is where they ended up finding most of the shell casings. I was trying to zoom down here. It would be right about right there. You see one. They would come back, the police would, and they would find about another 5 to 6 shell casings that were in the grass right there. Again, this person is going to be fine in the end, but they were struck in the lower leg. Could have been a lot worse. They were rushed for medical attention, and thankfully for that.
I don't care where it's at. Being shot
Yes, sir.
can't be that much fun.
No, it cannot.
No. So it doesn't matter if it's in your pinky toe or where.
Now, as I mentioned a moment ago, there's been a lot of shootings that have happened this year after they arrive at the hospital, and they go, well, I accidentally done that. Now, do I believe everything I've been told? I do not. But we can only go by what is written down officially. I missed something yesterday, Odie, that I didn't notice until this morning. I listed last night's murder that happened as the 9th murder of the year. As I was going through my notes and everything this morning, I realized I had made a fatal flaw. Do you remember May 31st, and I didn't put it in bright red where it would grab my attention, of the patient that was at East Mississippi State Hospital that was murdered by the...
Yeah.
That was the 5th murder of the year, and I didn't mark it. So everything past May 31st, you move forward, and last night, and I'm going to go back today and correct this. Last night was the 10th murder of the year in Meridian.
Where do we stand year-wide compared to last year? Where are we at that?
Last year, it was October before we had our 10th murder. So we are ahead of last year in murders in Meridian. And by far, our 2 biggest months so far that we've had, February was a big month for gunshots. August, we had 3 people that were shot. It was a big month there. Let me just glance here and tell you some figures as I look at this. As we look back to January, we didn't have any murders. We had our first murder of the year, February 29th. That would be our first one. It was on 25th Street, a 17-year-old female. Do you remember that?
I do.
She was
now.
in the back seat of a car.
Yep.
She was struck.
Yep.
We would have our second murder. It happened at Village Apartments on March the 10th. We would have, and this is the one that shook Meridian, April the 25th, right off 8th Street. Miles and Anana Harrington were both murdered there.
Over at North Hills.
Yep, that was our 3rd and 4th murder. In May, we only had reportedly 4 people that were shot. One of those would 3 shot, but we would have a murder, and that would be from the Mississippi State Hospital. And again, that's murder. It wasn't a gunshot, but it was a physical altercation that took the life. So this moves everything up. In June, where I had 4 people were shot at, we had our 5th murder of the year on 5th Street.
No, that's our 6th, remember? 'Cause we had so that's 6th really there in June.
Yeah. That was June 21st. as we move up. August the 3rd, this is where things started. July was, look at that, July. I've only got a couple of gunshots.
Just somebody shot in the leg at Western Gardens. I remember hearing about that.
46th Avenue, there was a shot in the leg. August, as we look at this, we would have our 7th murder on Highland Avenue. If you remember, we were out for an event, and he would be found in his home on the bed and murdered.
Yeah,
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that now.
Also, as we move to Paulding Street, this would be the 8th murder on August the 12th. A gentleman was struck in the head and killed on 40th Avenue. Then we moved to the 9th murder, which was August the 22nd on the 1600 block of 37th Avenue. A male, 73-year-old male. You remember the elderly couple that were shot?
Going to a safe space.
Yes.
Yeah.
That marked our 9th, and last night made our 10th murder of the year that happened on 8th Street and 30th Avenue. So, again, my apologies, but I had overlooked that what happened at East Mississippi State Hospital brings our to a 10th murder of the year. That's pretty strong for a city our size. And we have, again, numerous gunshots that happen throughout the day. As a matter of fact, let me show you here what would happen. As I was live there last night, I don't know if y'all caught that, where I made the mention of I heard gunshots and I'm getting word.
Yeah.
Multiple people were saying, I hear gunfire. And it would be south of the location of 8th Street down around Davis. And in just a little while, we would find out that a home was struck, Odie. This bullet would pass through the window and go through a bedroom and out the back of the house. It had one single gunshot wound. Not wound, but gunshot. How did I say that right? Gunshot through the hole.
Yeah.
Now, again, no one was hit, thank heavens. But that could have been a little bit different there.
Yeah.
So, as we had one of the mildest, and it really was this weekend as we celebrated Labor Day, not a lot went on. But Meridian has put it into high gear in the last 24 hours of things going on. And we want you to, over the next 48 hours through this weekend, we want every resident to be on high alert because this gunfire that went off after that murder happened, and of course they know who did that. No arrests have been made. I'm pretty sure they know who it is. They've got a lot of evidence that they collected last night.
And it's coming.
Yeah. But that's a separate incident where this house was struck of gunfire. I'm assuming, an assumption here, that it was drive-by in some shape, form, or fashion. There's going to be more of this, and we don't want anybody hurt. If they're doing this driving through the streets, it can happen anywhere,
Well,
no matter where you are.
It doesn't matter if we're ahead of last year or below last year or what the case may be. But Terry, you hit one thing I was thinking about. It basically comes down to one murder, one loss of life is one too many.
I agree with that 100%.
Period. The gunshots, shot in the leg, shot in the arm, that's one too many. We should not have any. We've got to get our streets safe again for everybody.
Yes, sir. I second that.
Man.
We meet so many of you while we're out and about in the communities. And I cannot say thank you to the kindness that we're shown as we're out and about. We have a really, really good area here in Mississippi, caring people. And it's just a very few bad apples that we've got. Those are the ones that need to be dealt with. Our law enforcement is doing everything they can. Our officers on the street, they're working hard as to what they can do.
I tell you, they are Johnny on the spot. They get there as quick as they can. They put their lives on the line for us every day. They are the ones who really do what they can do for this city, this county.
Let me show this.
It's amazing the work that they do and the hours they put in.
It's a lot. Right over in here, if you'll see here, right there, this is 8th Street looking up 30th Avenue. Right there next to the Universal Food Mart. This would happen to the right of the store. Right there is about where where the shell casings were found last night. It It was at least 2 shell casings found in that area as we were honing in on that. And if you're thinking, okay, I don't know where 30th Avenue is, think of where Wendy's is on 8th Street, 1 block due east of there, as you're coming toward downtown Meridian. That's the best way I know to word
And that's
that.
that Shell station right there. It's kind of beside the old Pizza Hut.
Correct. You put that's it.
Everybody knows where that Pizza Hut.
And they used to sell po' boys there for a little while. They were good.
Yeah, they were.
And that's where you turn up to go to Mary Hope, another landmark that you might know from that area. That's what went on there. We got a lot more to talk about what happened yesterday. Another big one, and we'll tell you what Judge Buck Roberts done yesterday. That's a big one. We're going to tell you about that next. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, we'll travel.
We know you care. But if this is all too real for you and your loved ones, make the call. Because we care too. Home instead. To us, it's personal.
Ooh, Howard DeBoe's up in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Oh, that reminds me of, what was that song? Sitting in the Knoxville courthouse, I ain't got a thing to do.
We hope you're not in the courthouse, Howard. And Christina came here from way of right outside St. Louis.
St. Louis. I'll be dogged.
Yeah, I got a friend that lived right outside St. Louis.
Shirley said it used to be Ben Mole's old Shell station. That's
Okay.
where that went on there. Laurel, Mississippi joining us. Dunn's asphalt salute to y'all.
Yeah, out there working. Now, you talking about hot. You won't need a jacket working around the asphalt.
No, sir. No, sir. That is hot there. J&J Muffler joining us there from 8th Street. Lisa, how in the world are you doing? Hope everything is good. Did I miss something?
Well, don't know if
That was county.
that's inside the city where those numbers were
Right.
from.
Yeah, see,
so-
that's why that's different. And I'm going to start tracking all of that in the county. Normally, we don't have a lot in the county. We have a few, but it's usually on one hand we have within a year.
But we're not going to leave that out.
No, we'll get all those numbers together. Let's see, lots of comments there coming in this morning.
Yeah, we do.
What's what we got here about Keesler?
Keesler Air Force Base in Biloxi.
Yeah, I'm checking in there.
No, that's the troops are advised do not stop in Meridian. The military.
I remember that letter floating around.
The military has told the Air Force, go through, don't stop.
Hello.
Wow.
That's not good. As I mentioned, let me bring this up. I'll give a tip of the hat to our judge. Buck Roberts was on the bench yesterday, and before him stood a man that was accused of a crime. We had 2 witnesses that would take the stand, give their testimony, and bond was denied. As we look at one of our lead stories this morning, this is the former teacher that was at Clarkdale who made threatening remarks to former students and staff at the school. As you will remember, the FBI didn't take too kindly of it. They came into town with a convoy, including an armored vehicle. We would set up on the street and cover that live that night. He's not getting out. He will head to court before long, and we will follow this. But a very serious crime to threaten others. But again, he will not be out to where he could harm anybody because bond has been denied. I think that's an important, and we can't brag upon judges who do their job enough. When there's a threat to the community, not happening here, denied bond, cannot be out to harm anyone. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a good move. We need more of that being done.
There's a Barriott.
They're just stopping by for a visit there.
Well,
let's go to Clark County there. Don't be stealing in Clark County. You two will be joining Harold and the gang down at the Barriott Hotel.
I'm
Yes, sir.
telling you, I hear that place is not fun.
It's not. It's not. It's what it is. It's a jail.
It's a jail.
And no movie stars or cement ponds.
No, none of that. And no microwave for your noodles. You better take them noodles in there when you take a shower and share that hot water with your noodles, because it's the only way you're gonna get them cooked.
It's the latest. It's the latest rage.
It's the latest trend, isn't it? It's amazing how that works. You ain't got no TV, so I guess they're not watching us.
No, sir. No, sir. They're not allowed to do that.
Oh man.
We had a serious thing. This is livelihood, is what I bring up next when we talk about chicken houses. That is a big, big industry in our area. And as we go to the Arlington community last night, just north of Philadelphia, we see that we had a fire at a chicken house there. Volunteer fire departments all went to the area. We do hope that some of it was saved. I haven't heard a last resort on how much damage was done there, but we certainly hate that that broke out there. Again, that was Arlington community. Philadelphia is where that went on yesterday. This rekindled overnight another fire that we had in Newton County in Lawrence. Now, from what I'm understanding, and you'll see here, this looks to be an abandoned home. Big fire yesterday on Highway 80 as we look at this at Lawrence. Let me close that out where you can see that. And we got another couple of pictures here. The firefighters that were on scene, Newt was there helping out with this fire. And again, it rekindled overnight with, like many of these fires do. Highway 80 here in Lauderdale County, how many times did it rekindle?
Oh yeah, and then some of that, once it's inside the black, it's not gonna get out. And some of it, just let it continue to burn, because once it's burned all the way around it, and you have nothing but your area that's already burned, what we call inside the black, let it burn. It's not going anywhere.
I don't know where these people got their idea to go start buying land, but if you've ever looked at a land plat, they own a lot. University of South Alabama. Come out from Eaton yesterday, and I had people going, "This is a fire." And as we went to investigate, we would soon find out that this was a controlled burn in southern Lauderdale County. It was 62 acres that was being burned, and again, it was South Alabama that owned that. Again, a controlled burn. Don't do that today, y'all.
Ooh.
Too windy for all of that.
Yeah, way too windy for that. Let some of this rain. A lot of this rain, it's so dry that it's going to suck up all this water. And we're going to be back to dry conditions again.
You know, often
careful.
when I think about the tax collector, I think about the Bible, and I think about Rome of the tax
Ezekiel
collector.
and
It comes to mind. We've got a tax collector that hadn't been acting right. Little guy that we all have gotten to know very well named Shad White has went and paid a visit. He has gone over to Benton County, Mississippi. The tax collector has been breaking the law. Somewhere around $300,000 stolen, Odie. State auditors don't put up with this. They'll face fines and up to 20 years in prison for stealing.
And so we should.
Yes, sir. Benton County tax assessor. I don't.
That makes paying taxes even harder.
It is. If you suspect it, right there's the number. 800-321-1275. Call Shad's office. He's got a lot of people that, well, they'll take the time to talk to you.
Yes, they will. Man.
So we hope to get back the tax dollars of the Mississippians.
And where was that? What?
Benton County.
I wonder how big Benton County is. I don't think it's real big.
Well, let's just look here, Odie.
I mean, could you imagine what $300,000 would do for a small community? Benton County.
Here we go, right here. Here's Benton County.
A population of 7,000.
This is North Mississippi is where this is. Here's Pontotoc, Mississippi. Here's Oxford right here. And then right there sits it, right there at the state line.
As of 2020, 7,646
And the county seat.
in the county. And this man just took $300,000 out of the pot.
Snow Lake Shores is there, Pine Grove. And again, mostly a rural area, not any big towns that you're going to recognize in that area.
Or maybe that was 7,000 people in Ashland. So maybe countywide it'd be more than that.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big county seat is
Yeah.
where that is, where the courthouse is.
I don't care how big it is. $300,000 to do any community. Just think what they'd do with the police budget.
Yeah. Let's see here what we got. The population.
That's it. Population 7,600. The
Yeah.
county seat's Ashland. So
Yeah, you were right on the money of that. It's just not a
wow.
heavily populated area. 300 grand taken from the county as we look at that. The old Benton County Courthouse area is in Ashland. Wow. But Shad White has served the paperwork, and this happens every day. We see this man. He's either doing more than they ever have in the past, or he's letting people know what he does. And I urge any police department that is watching us, information is the key to success to the citizen. If you do something wonderful, take a bad guy out, no one ever knows about it, it never happened.
That's right.
Let the public know what you're doing. We would love to hear from any police department that does their job. We would love to have you a part of it and giving us information to give to the people that are in your county. You're not going to believe this or not, but it helps get people reelected when they feel safe.
you give somebody a safe community to live in,
Yes, sir.
it will definitely go a long way.
And where politicians sometimes miss the mark is no one expects you to be perfect, but so long as you inform the people of what's going on, it makes them feel easier. That is the key to making things work, is informing the people. And I urge that on so many levels. Y'all pay attention. I know that some of those that don't like me are watching and don't like when I call things out, but the truth is the truth. The public has to be informed. Tell them, let the chips fall where they may. You can't change what a criminal is going to do, but your citizens deserve to know the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean by all that?
Yeah.
Winnie, good morning to you there.
Report instead of defend. Sheriff, you just said a huge statement right there. These people commit the crime. They've done the crime. And instead of sitting there defending them, report them.
That's right. I got the sneaky suspicion that a mayoral election is coming up, and one's going to be here, and others are going to go say, I'm running on to take care of this crime. I think that's pretty obvious what's coming.
Oof.
Wake me up when it's over.
Oof. We're going to need to get Greg's fireworks so we can throw a big party.
Oh, have mercy. We'll be right back. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of things that went on in our community. We'll be back next with that.
Tired of buying cars with no warranty? Are you worried about your car breaking down? Come see us at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, the only dealership in Meridian that gives you a 7-year unlimited mileage powertrain warranty on qualified new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Buy with confidence. We'll take care of you for 7 years, new and used, at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. Bittersweet Crossroads in downtown Enterprise has new hours for summer. Monday through Friday, 8 until 5 p.m. and Saturday, 9 until 5 p.m. A great sandwich shop where they make their own honey mustard. Come try a sub or wrap today. They make some of the best homemade frozen custard with hot fudge drizzle. For specialty coffee, frozen custard, sandwiches, and ice cream, it's Bittersweet Crossroads, Highway 11 South, downtown Enterprise. 601-453-4009. And welcome. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie, and we have to go to the Smart Aleck department.
He's kicking it up. Our buddy John said that Scotty Ray looked like he had microphone issues.
I got into a bind the other day, if y'all were joining us as we went live for the press conference that was held at the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department.
But that's corded.
Yeah. So my cordless mic, you have to plug it in, and the wire got a break in it. I fiddled with it, and I gave up. And I just had to turn the camera around. It was a very close up of Ward as we got to see Ward as we'd never seen him before.
Up close and personal.
But we had to do what we had to do to get it done. And so a big thank you to Russell for coming in and giving us a backup microphone.
John himself. We're still waiting to find a one of those special microphone holders, but
put my logo on it.
Yeah. And talking about that, and I do want to go to something serious, and I've got a PSA out there.
What's a PSA? What
and
we're
there's
talking
so
about?
many of us that get on these buy, sell, and trade pages on Facebook.
Yeah.
And we look for some good deals.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I like a deal.
If you go on a buy, sell, and trade page and somebody's saying, hey, this kid's at the police station because it's been beat up and we can't find its parents, or someone's lost, can you help me find them? They're not on a buy, sell, and trade app. That is a scam.
Yes, sir.
A capital scam. If a child's missing, go to Scotty Ray Report. It'll be on there. The more you share that scam, the more they have your information. And then they're going to create pages with your name on it. They're going to get access to your account because you were one of those who actually thought someone was going to be announced missing on a buy, sell, trade app. These people are smart, but you've got to
criminals.
be smarter. Do not fall for that nonsense. Please.
And again, I was told about this of a guy that went somewhere and it was 3 girls dressed in short shorts. Took his wallet. He went back the next day. It happened again. Took him 4 times. He just kept going back. He was investigating getting robbed by them women in them shorts.
Don't comment on that stuff. Don't share that stuff. Don't click on that stuff. The reason we see all these scams is because it works, because there's so many people falling for them. Come on, people. We're smarter than that.
We will have the legitimate stuff out there.
Yeah,
always,
we've got
always.
to be smart.
Let's go
Silver
back.
alert or amber alert is not on one of them, I promise you.
Right. Yeah, not on those things. And those come from official police when they're done that way. We go back to 1886. He was the last man standing, I think you could say, and I even passed by where he was held. Geronimo surrendered. As we go back to 1886, he would be the last chief that gave in. It kind of ended the Indian Wars after that, but he was held, and it was in Alabama. I passed by and there was a sign out front, Geronimo. There's been several songs written about Geronimo. One of my favorite people of all time, because I look up to this guy because he told the truth, and when you heard him speak, it didn't matter what it was, you knew that it was facts.
I see it.
Here he is, the man, the legend himself, Paul Harvey, was born on this day in 1918.
And now, the rest of the story.
Man, what a voice he had. And again, him and Angel, his wife, if he gave you his word, and he was one of those too. Also, if he didn't believe in the product, well, you didn't get to be on his radio show.
That's right.
He was a strong believer in that. Boy, this guy, does this ever happen down at the Barry Yacht?
You don't let yourself in and out down there like Otis used to do too.
Howard Morris was born on this date. Look at me, I'm Ernest T. And, he didn't appear on as many episodes as you might think, but what a favorite character he was on the Andy Griffith Show with them rocks. Do you remember the episode where he wanted to just wear the soldier suit and he was trying to sign up to join the Army? All he wanted was the uniform.
That's all.
Those were the good days.
Nothing. I just want the uniform.
And he even, I think he even tried to date one of the darlings there at one time. We go back to 1928. Dick York was born, and to me, he was really the only daring.
He was the best.
He was. Big Ears himself was born today. You got to admit, those are some satellite dishes.
You got that right.
We go back to Mr. Carter's class.
Carter's class.
Y'all remember this guy, Lawrence Hilton? He was a part of the gang that was in the class there. It's been many a moon since that TV show was on the air, but a lot of you still remember it just as well.
Oh, and a guy who spends a lot of time on this show.
Well, this is interesting about this. He would show up, and the manager of the establishment would walk out and say, "That's the worst thing I've ever heard. I highly suggest that you quit this singing and go back and get you a truck and go back to work."
Yeah.
It didn't sit well with him, so he packed up and he drove due south to Louisiana, a little place called the Louisiana Hayride, and they welcomed him. And it was the launch of what would become a megastar, as Elvis was told he wasn't no good at the Opry tonight in 1954.
Well, you know, he even came to Meridian and did not even place
That's
in
right.
the Jimmy Rogers talent.
Anybody got a list of the judges of that contest that day?
Yeah, I bet they're.
We need to discuss that.
Hiding.
Happened to Faith Hill and a few others as well.
Oh, Jive Turkey. Now, I don't think he was one that coined Jive Turkey. Wasn't that Fred Sanford that did Jive Turkey?
I thought it was actually the Bee Gees. Jive talk.
But somebody said, Rusty, was that him or who was that came up with Jive Turkey? You Jive Turkey.
That almost sounds like a Sanford and Son
It
line.
does.
But I don't know that for sure. This would be his first marriage of many. He might have been drinking.
No, he
Imagine that.
was. He was driving his lawnmower. He was drinking.
George Jones got married for the first time back in 1954.
Oh, man.
Actually, that was his second one there. After 2 weeks, he thought, man, this is a good idea. Alcohol and getting married usually don't work out.
Oh, boy, I hated this.
We were all saved tonight because it finally ended, and you didn't have to sit in front of the TV because that was all that was on.
Oh,
a
thank
1
goodness.
and a 2 and a 3.
And-
Who remembers? It ended tonight. It started. And then it would go into syndication for many more years there. But the Lawrence Welka show. But I guess there's a time and place for everything in this world. And Lawrence Welk was a big. We're showing this next thing just because she had short shorts. That you have to publicize what went on back in the 70s.
And we know that girl's watching, so this is for you.
Let's go back to 1972. The number one album on the charts was "I'm the Happiest Girl in the Whole
wide
USA." Donna Fargo, if you will remember her.
Oh, yeah, in the
And
whole USA.
I'm telling you, those were short shorts. Did they call them hot pants? Is that what they called them back in the day?
I don't know what they call it. Gym shorts. That's what everybody wore to gym class.
Hello. But
Uh-oh.
that was a popular song.
Georgia said she liked Lawrence Welk.
Ooh, I don't hear
Well,
that.
I tell you, so did my mom and daddy because I had to watch it. And I don't know if they watched it just because I hated it, but it was on.
I didn't like it. I didn't quite understand the big band era, and I understand that was before my time. And then the tap dancing in the.
But, you know, that's what Desi did,
On Lucy?
Lucy.
Yeah, that's right. He did do some.
you know? Yeah, but I think it was more upbeat than what.
It didn't do
Hot
much for
Pants.
me. Hot
Diane
Pants
said that was it, Hot Pants.
Down at the Choke and Puke, as they said in Smoking the Bandit.
Smoking the Bandit. Yeah.
Let's go back to 1981. This young lady was born on this day. Her name is Beyonce. Can't name any of her music, but I'm telling you, she's big. We all know that.
Well, she's country now.
Oh, that's right. She was wearing the cowboy hat and scantily dressed on the cover.
Yeah.
I do remember that. And I listened to it. There's a lot of cursing in it. And I thought, well, that's not a good role model to have.
Even this guy can see that it's not country.
Oh, you're right. Ronnie Millsap. There's no getting over me. Went number 1 today. Back in 81. I'll be the bill that you forgot to pay. There's no getting over me. Let's go back. This group was it. They had I'm a Joker, I'm a Toker, I'm a Midnight
Smoker.
Smoker.
Yeah, one of them.
Big old jet airliner. Y'all remember
Yeah.
that? The guitar licks in the beginning. They also had this one. I didn't even realize this is who it was. Abracadabra went number 1 today back in 82. And I think everybody who had a cassette deck had a copy of that greatest hits CD.
Yeah. I will, and like Wesley pointed out, Beyonce is not my type of music. And neither is, what's the good-looking blonde-headed singer that's real popular that's dating old Kelsey or whatever.
Oh, Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. I don't care for either one of them, their music or anything else. But
I respect what they've done.
Beyonce is an awesome performer, and she has really outdone herself. I mean, just great in her line of work. Just not my cup of tea, but she is great.
Yeah, I'm not knocking her performance,
No,
but
not
when
at
I
all.
listened to her first cut, and it had a bunch of cussing, I thought, well, this just isn't for me there.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, and I know a lot of you are going to say, well, there's been a couple country songs that had an ugly word in it. It has been. You can bring up David Allen Coe, and you go, whoo, make me blush.
Yeah,
You're
will.
right. You're right, but it just didn't appeal to me. Let's go back to 82 there. Love will turn you
This
around.
guy's got a permanent smile.
He did. On a warm summer's eve, on a train bound for
What do
nowhere.
you call? He's all up there like that.
He got harder to sing the older he got.
and stuff will catch up with you.
Oh boy, 1984.
I
This
like
brings
this
back
one.
the good old days because Cold Fort Worth beer just ain't no good for jealous. I've tried it night after night. Anybody remember this from George? MCA Records sent in a hot mail express out to all the radio stations in America, and it worked. We liked it. That was really, really classic stuff back in the day from George there. Trapper John.
Oh, wow.
Remember this?
Yeah.
The motorhome out front. What was the name? What's this guy's name here that was on? Started with a G, and he slept in the camper out
I can't
front.
remember what his name is. This is one I had to watch it because Charlene really liked it.
But and of course you recognize him from Bonanza. Trapper John there being the guy that was Adam Cartwright. He just felt like he needed to do his own thing. He did, and well, Bonanza's still being played, and you never see that show anymore. So who made the right decision?
You got that right.
Not that we're calling anybody out.
Yeah.
Oh, what a tragedy today. We would lose one of the best, one of the hottest things country had ever seen. She was as hot as a $2 pistol, you might say.
Yeah.
Ooh. Dottie West passed away. As she was heading to the Opry, if you will remember, she had a wreck, and she would later die from her injuries as she went to the Opry. In the curve, right there, if you've ever been to the Grand Ole Opry, where it is now, back when Opryland was there, somehow another wreck happened and it claimed her life.
Wow.
Dottie West. Her and Kenny also done some duets.
Oh,
today.
the plane.
Hey, boss. Isn't that what he'd say? Hey, boss.
Hey, boss, the plane.
Y'all remember that? I can't pronounce his name, y'all. Y'all have to figure that out.
Herb Jean Pierre. Yeah, that one. Village Chaz or something.
It's better just to call him Tattoo.
Tattoo.
We can
We'll
do that.
go with that.
We
Yep.
can pronounce that. But the little fella passed away on this date back in 1993. Wow. I didn't realize it'd been that long on him.
Me neither.
Boy. Boy. Thank God for you. Anybody remember that? Sawyer Brown went #1 in 93. They were in town not all that long ago. Mark Miller has still got the moves at 85.
Well, I remember this had to have been 89, somewhere around in there. Hartley Peavy brought them to the Temple Theater for a concert for the Peavy employees.
That was nice of him to do that.
Yes, it was.
Back in the day.
You know, I think he had a little pull.
He did. Remember bumping into Brooks and Dunn. You know, used to you would see so many superstars in Meridian due to PV
Oh, yeah.
Electronics.
Yeah.
They would fly in. A lot of people go, was that so-and-so at the red light? Yeah, it was.
That was him.
They were coming in to look at equipment. We had a shining star in Meridian, without a doubt. Boy, this
yes,
was
we
a
did.
great movie.
Yes, it was. I watched it. It hadn't been that awful long ago that I finally sat down and watched the movie.
That is good. I like
man.
it. He may have his personal issues, but he played a great part of Johnny Cash on that.
Yes, he did. Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix. That's it.
I don't know why his parents named him that. We're still puzzled over that, but maybe one day we'll get the answer to that.
If you see Scotty Ray driving at night, it's like Jim Cantor. Get out of the way.
I left going to one of those shootings and somebody just pulled over.
It's the Scotty Ray mobile. Watch out.
Oh, here's a guy.
Scotty. Look at here.
Y'all remember him?
Oh, hello there. Oh, it's old Crocky there. Just don't put your hands up in his mouth. He won't bite you so hard.
Am I right, Odie, that a stingray got him in the heart?
Pierced through his chest. Yeah.
Wow. He did so well because he was so likable. He was as we talk about communicators, this guy was a great communicator.
His wife, his daughter, and his son are still running the zoo. They've still got programs they're doing. Same thing. I mean, they're carrying on his legacy, and that's something great to see.
Somebody, Wesley said, "How's the lady from last night?" She passed away from her injuries of that gunshot. It made our 10th murder of the year. Oh boy.
JJ Dynamite started Jive Turkey.
It could have.
You know, it might be Timo.
I remember Dynamite.
I like those Dynamite.
There we go. Can we talk? I remember that.
Oh, yeah. Now, you talk about a facelift. She had one that her belly button went about halfway up.
And if you'll remember, that's what claimed her life. She was getting surgery and something went wrong.
Yep.
And then her daughter's name Melissa?
Something like that.
She just doesn't have the talent.
She tried, but still did the red carpet.
Well, the FBI was all over this one.
Ooh.
As they recovered the missing slippers after 13 years that had been stolen. Dorothy's slippers, again, as we talk about the black market, if you buy something that's stolen like this, you can only show your criminal friends. You can't just... Anyway, anybody remember this guy? He made it to several movies. Willard Scott, the weatherman, passed away in 2021.
Aren't you glad you don't have to have a map with magnetic...
All I know is that looks like Bob Holland.
Oh, Bob was...
Bob would move him around as we were all kids and waited for the snow to come. A legend, Bob Holland.
Oh, me.
And he was. This guy, let me see if you can do it, Odie. Oh, dream weaver, I think I can make it.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that how that song went? I'm way off tune.
Oh, yeah, you are. But that's all right. I'm not going to correct you because I'm off there, too.
We need some backup singers in here when we go to songs that can hit the note for us.
Yeah, join our staff.
Gary Wright, the guy that sang Dreamweaver, passed away a year ago today.
Bob got it. He come in there quick with it.
He knew it. I don't know how.
But I don't either. Not with that tune.
I would have. That was bad off.
Name that tune. I can do it in 2 notes.
If Scotty Ray doesn't, again, I apologize. I can't sing.
Y'all should fix up the Scotty Ray mobile like the Ghostbusters ambulance.
I'm gonna be honest about something that I'm. You ever have something that just it consumes your life? That back in. This was in the 90s. You ever had to give up something that you absolutely adored?
Yeah.
Well, I had to give up when we were, the kids were little and we were buying a new house. And I had to give up my car. My 1970 Caddy. I had to give it up. We needed a down payment, and the only way we were going to get the house is I had to sell it. And, this is confessions. And... there ain't a day that the Lord don't bring that I don't Google trying to find one that
So if you know where one's at.
Well, I ran into Mike Goldman the other day, and Mike said, I happen to know where, boy, and it's getting, I might sell something if that comes through. Something got to go. I got to have me a drop top 70 Caddy. Y'all remember Sam Marshall's car?
Yeah.
It looks just like that. His was a 69, and it would be the Boss Hogg Cadillac. That's the 70, and I'm telling you, I sit in front of a computer and I think I got to search
with or without the horns.
It depends on where we have to drill.
Oh, they got that Gorilla Glue. It won't go nowhere.
We get Greg to drive us.
That is like Boss Hogg. We're just getting the back.
I do. I look for one of them every day. There's not many of them anymore. But I got to have me one. Odie, will you hold my hand?
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna. we ain't gonna be doing this.
But that would be great. My excuse is to Angie is it'd be great for parades. Wouldn't it be great?
Yes,
for parades.
Y'all just wait for Christmas because we got something that y'all like. We can't tell you what it is, but it's gonna be good.
More coming up. Scotty Ray and Odie.
Jordan LaParish Tractor here to talk about our fall hunting package, the Whitetail Widowmaker, an L2502 DT with a DH1560, an RCR 1260 6-foot cutter. You're going to get a free pipe top trailer with that. We're about 60 days from hunting season. This package is going to start around $29,999 cash, as little as $385 per month. Come see us, 4 locations, Meridian, Hattiesburg, Poplarville, Robertsdale, and coming soon to the Panhandle of Florida.
Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. Welcome back. As we had several comments about Joan Rivers' death, and what did we find out here as we Googled this quickly?
So it was during a scope that she had, like an endoscopy, and the actual cause of death was cerebral hypoxia, and she died from brain damage caused by lack of oxygen. From mistakes made both during and before the procedure. So
now, if y'all remember, Hank Jr.'s wife, who had been married to for quite some time, had a procedure done, and she passed away from some form. Something went wrong with hers. Y'all remember that? But I was mistakenly, I thought it was some plastic surgery that she had done, but I was wrong on that. So we correct where we were wrong on that.
Yeah.
We had a fender bender yesterday. This will be directly across from Massey Supermar Auto Sales, as you'll see. It wasn't much to it, but a fender bender nonetheless there. Highway 39 bypass. They pulled out of the roadway where everybody could keep going and what they were doing. We had an accident. This sounded so much worse than it was. When you mentioned the word log truck and pickup truck, it usually ain't good.
Yeah, it scares you.
Ended up being minor. Jasper County handled it. Everything went on its way there. But again, no major injuries involved in that, and that's a big thank you there. We where were we at? 23rd Avenue yesterday. I'm telling you, these boys, when they come a running, they come a running. Let me blow this up. Here's our boys here, the red truck. A lot of bright lights. MPD on scene. We had a minor fender bender here as well. By Anderson Baptist yesterday. Police finally got that cleared out of the road there where everybody could travel back and forth. Again, that was one of those minor injuries.
We don't know. Something's going on Water Valley Road out 19 South. We haven't heard of anything. So if anybody knows or having some questions on anything going on Water Valley. That's out in the Wynot area.
All right, got you a birthday there if you don't have that one there. Somebody sent it in.
We'll sure get that one up there.
Yeah, if you've got a birthday, we'd love to hear from you. Get that in to us, and we'll pass that along. As we come near the top of the hour, a few more things that have gone on in the community, Odie, as we keep looking and tracking things that happen in our area. Let me go back over here. Let's see here. We talked about that one, and let me go... Well, I want to talk. This is going to be here before you know it. There's two things coming up. We got one event this week, which is going to be Friday night.
Oh, man. Full moon on the 5th. Right down there on 5th Street between 22nd and 23rd Avenue. Going to be a wonderful evening, 6 to 9 p.m. Come down there and join the music. Lots of people. Bring some chairs. It is going to be a great night. Always.
That girl will be there.
That girl will be there.
We understand she's dressing as an 80s character. We haven't been told what yet. I saw some outfits there the last time they done 80s night. And it always pops in my head. Do you remember, was it Richie's in Meridian? It's late as night.
Oh, yeah.
Or was that over at Hojo's that they used to do that with the Jeff Holland Band? Maybe
Jeff Holland Band.
Maybe that's what stuck in my head.
Oddy instead of Odie. I guess that's supposed to be aimed towards me. O-D-D-Y. That ain't it. But anyway, what kind of laughing drugs are you on? You're goofy. Yes, I am a little goofy. I am high on life. I am having a great time. I wake up every morning. I love me. I love my family. I love what I do before I get to work. I love my work. I have Jesus Christ in my heart, and there's not a single thing that can make me just completely unhappy. I am enjoying life, and the fulfillment of my life makes me happy. And I have fun, and I laugh, and I do it to bring each and every one of y'all up to the same level. Let's have fun. Let's laugh. You can't just cry all the time. But why do I laugh and have fun? Because I'm enjoying life.
There you go. Woo! Don't forget about this. This will be here before you know it. Also, Odie, we're getting ready for Bud and Burgers. October the 12th. City Hall. It'll be from 2 to 9 p.m. This thing is humongous.
It is. It is really huge. And it's going for a good cause. They always find someone to raise money for. And just a big thing to bring people together around here. So get out and make plans to be part of both of those, the Full Moon on the 5th and Buds and Burgers.
Yeah, so we got birthdays up here in just a minute. Let me see. It seemed like there was another big event that I did not mention here, and I may have to come back to it. I'll have to search for that as we move along. As we talk about what went on over the holidays, we did have several people pass away from accidents in the state of Mississippi. As we look at this, I think it ended up being 7 people lost their lives on Mississippi highways.
Wow.
Over the weekend. No, I'm wrong, Odie. I am way wrong. It was 15 people that lost their lives on Mississippi highways and byways. That's way up from last year.
275% increase.
Whew. That speaks for itself. I've had several people mention that 29th Avenue police passing, moving pretty quickly.
Yeah.
We'll get to the bottom of this as quickly as we can to find out what's going on right around the corner there. We'll be right back. We got some birthdays and a few other things to talk about. Don't rush, y'all. As the seasons change, so do your clothes. And Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve. Also Hulk shirts. And America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need. From box to lacrosse, they have the boot for you. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing, or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. And LaWanda made a good point here as we look at the death rate of 15 from Mississippi. 7 of those were from that tragic bus crash that happened in Vicksburg. I didn't calculate that in my head, but that's right. That's a heap of folks there, Odie.
Yeah, it really is. And prayers for everybody. Just a bad weekend.
Dixie Rodder's car show. Is that happening this weekend?
This weekend. Look at here.
And I've got that. That's going to be Ed Watkins up Highway 19. That's a huge car show.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get some information up about that so you can go enjoy this. I go every year and enjoy it looking at these cars.
You trying to find a 70s Cadillac.
Whoops.
Now we know the underlying...
what I was up to there.
What you're up to there, yeah.
Let's see here. As we travel along this, what else is going on? I was going to see if we had some national stories that we failed to mention. Let's see here. Labor Day weekend, we talked about that. Fisher Price recalling back several toys. Y'all need to Google that. Make sure you don't have any toys that have been affected by this. Kids need to be taken care of.
You came and filmed us as we picked our drone up yesterday.
Yep, we will have some pictures of that today.
That was fun. There's some stuff coming with Metro Ambulance about that. And we got some other future plans to bring stuff to the community.
Let's see here. This is defying all odds. Reagan, the movie. It's still climbing at the theaters where everybody thought it wouldn't do anything. Dennis Quaid had a lot to do with that, if I'm not mistaken.
He was a good choice. Don't know if that was their first choice or what, but they definitely got a good one.
So a home run there.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a few birthdays, Odie. Who we got having one?
We got some birthdays, and we hope we got them all. But James Stanwood had a birthday yesterday. Bonnie Kahn's having a birthday. Jason Dewitt's having a birthday. Rodney and Gay Watts celebrating 4 years. Barry and Tony Keller is celebrating 31 years. Nancy Dorsey Alfred's having a birthday. Ella DeHike is the sweet 16 today. Irene Fleming's got a birthday. Madison Boyette Tidwell's 26 years young today. And Diana Mitchell, you said that she's celebrating her 29th birthday for the 33rd time.
That's what I'm told. That's just rumors there.
Well, that's happy birthday, happy anniversary to everybody.
Do you remember the Mahogany Bar that was at Cypress Lodge?
That's right, Cypress Lodge.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
That is my first encounter with Diana many, many moons ago.
At a bar, you don't even drink.
She was a waitress.
Oh, okay.
She brought me them Coca-Colas with no ice, with no end. She'd never cut me off. And occasionally she wanted to spice something up, she'd throw in a Dr. Pepper with no ice.
A Coca-Cola. I need to stop and get me a Coca-Cola on the way.
It ain't nothing like a cold Coke. Best there is there. Crescent City Grill also, it was named that.
Yep.
But and then of course she and her son run Mitchell Tire there in Collins. Great people. If you want to bump into somebody that's going to treat you right in so many ways, they'll do that. Changing oil. Angie was over there changing oil the other day, I think. So they'll help you out there. Anything that you may need. I see them today.
Wow.
Let's see here. We need to.
Are we that time again?
Yeah, we need a good Bible verse. Something going to give us some strength, as they say, to make it through the day.
That's it. We're going to go to Matthew 4, verse 4. But he answered and said, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God." Whew, not only do we need food physically, but we need to feed our spiritual body. And the only way to do that is to invite Christ into our lives and ask him to forgive us of our sins, that we fall short of his glory every day. But he is always there with us. He will never deny us, and he is always there for any need that we have. Change your life today. Invite Jesus Christ into your heart and see what it'll do for you. It'll put a smile on your face and make you just as giddy sometimes. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. Friday Eve will be here in the morning, and we'll be back in a little less than 23 hours. Until then, remember, we love you, and we hope that you have a great, great day.